All right. So today we're going to look at matrix multiplication. When you have simple matrices, like our first case, this is really easy to do by hand. Once your matrices start to build and they become a 2 by 2 or a 4 by 5, it becomes very complicated to multiply by hand. When we get to that point, I'm going to show you how to plug everything into the calculator. Okay, and then all you have to do is go back and plug it in, and it will do all the multiplication for you. So yesterday we talked about what a row matrix was and what a column matrix was. So a row matrix could have as many columns as you wanted as long as there was only one row. A column matrix could have as many rows as you wanted. It just needed to have one column. So when you do problems like this, your quantity becomes a row matrix. So it's talking about Ruben that goes to the convenience store. He's buying 4 bags of chips. So we put a 4 for chips. He bought 5 candy bars. He bought 1 box of crackers, 3 packs of sour drops, and 2 bags of cookies. So they created a quantity matrix that is a row of all of the stuff that he bought. Then he made a column matrix, which is all of the prices for all of the items. Notice, chips came first in the row, so the price for chips has to come first in the column. So on and so forth. Bars come second, bars came second, crackers are third, drops are fourth, and cookies are fifth. So now, if we want to find the total amount of money that Ruben paid for his snacks, we multiply. So the first item in the row gets multiplied by the first item in the price. So we've got 4 times 30 cents. Plus. Then you take the second one and it gets multiplied by the second one. 5 times 35 cents. Plus, you continue to go through all of this. So 1 times 50 cents. We bought 3, and they were each 20 cents. And finally, we bought 2, and each one of those was 75 cents. And you would plug that all into your calculator to get a total price. Wow. Okay, your biggest thing is making sure that your row matrix is going to be your quantities, how much you have, and your columns is going to be your price. What'd you get, Lewis? Good. Ruben spent $5.55.
I got that.
Questions? Okay. So let's practice. We're going to have to make the matrices here and then multiply. Ruben's friend Terry is now going to go with him to the store. Terry's going to buy a bag of chips for 25 cents, candy bars at 45 cents each, 2 packs of gum, 30 cents each, and a medium drink for 75 cents. So we need to create a quantity matrix. This needs to be in a row. So what quantity would you like to put first?
Chips.
Chips. And you said that was what, Mr. Burleson?
1.
1. We only bought 1 bag of chips. Okay. What comes next? The candy bars.
Let's see, there's 2.
And there's 2. What else do we have? Gum. And there's 2. And a drink. And just 1 drink. Okay? So, you could have put these in any order that you wanted. Okay? The thing that you need to keep in mind is when you create that column matrix, your price, it has to go in that same order. So we put chips first. The price of chips have to go first. How much are chips? 25 cents. Your candy bars are how much? 45 cents. Your packs of gum are 30 cents. And your medium drink is 75 cents. So then when we multiply, bless you, we got one item at 25 cents. We got two items at 45 cents. We got two more items, this time at 30 cents. And we got one item at 75 cents. I got $2.50.
That's what I'm going to do. It.
Echo.
It's 250.
250. Question. One more, and then I'm going to show you the fast and easy trick on how to plug this all into the calculator. Okay, practice number 2. Mr. Dunn has $10,000 in a 12-month CD at 7.3% annual yield. He's got $17,000 in a credit union at 6.5% annual yield and $12,000 in bonds at 7.5%. What will the value of his investments be after 1 year? So, we need a quantity matrix of all of the money he has invested. What's my first amount? 10,000. What's his second amount he has? 17,000. And the third amount he has? 12,000. Good. Okay, so that's your quantity matrix. How much money has he put in? Okay, you must be careful. These are in percents. If I'm annual yield, am I over or less than 100?
Less. Over.
You're over 100. If it's annual yield, that means you're gaining money annually. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to add your percent to 100 and then change it to a decimal. So the $10,000 is at a 7.3% annual yield, which is 107.3. Written as a decimal is what? 1.073. Okay, if you just put 7.3%, you're going to end up losing money and not gaining it. Okay, it has to go over 100. So now we're looking at 6.5% becomes what as a decimal? 1.065. And then his last bonds is at 7.5%, which looks like so again, $10,000 is gaining this much, so we multiply the two. Plus, he's got this account that's gaining this much. Plus, he has this account that gains this much. How much total money is he going to have at the end of a year? Give everybody a second to plug it in. How much money does Mr. Dunn have? $41,735. Questions on row times column matrix? Okay. Your second go around, we're going to look at a row versus a multi-dimensional matrix. So, my first matrix is still the quantity. Okay. It's showing the fact that you ordered 5 2-topping pizzas and 3 salads. Well, now we can compare prices of restaurants. So, we're trying to figure out if I buy the same amount at each restaurant, which one's going to give me the cheapest price? Okay. So, the way you would do this by hand, which I'm not going to make you do, you would take 5 times 11.25. And then you would add that to 3 times 3.69. And that would give you the price for Vinny's. You would then repeat the process and do it for Tony's and do the same thing for Sal's. Okay? It becomes very complicated, which I do not like. So, here is your cheat on the calculator. Please, everybody, I don't care if you think you know this all and you can do it off by head. Please get your calculator, plug this in now. I will not help you with any buttons the day of your test. Oh, it's Alexis.
Oh, man. You got a TI-84, you got a TI-83.
It's the same buttons. It does not matter. Okay, if you look right above your x raised to the -1, you will see the word matrix. Okay, this is your screen. So you need to hit second x to the -1. This is your matrices screen. So what you put in for A and B, so we're going to put this in for A and this in for B. So what you need to do is scroll over to edit. Okay, when you want to use the matrices, you're going to stay under names. When you want to actually put them in, you're going to go to edit. And we're going to edit choice number 1. So either hit enter, okay, or just hit 1. In here, the first thing you need to tell it is the dimensions. This is a what by what matrix with 5, 3. This is a 2 by 3.
Oh.
1 by 2. This is a 2 by 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a 1 by 2. So you want to hit 1, enter, 2, enter. See how I expanded it and gave you room to add in your numbers. Then you're going to enter in 5, enter, 3, enter. Okay. Once you have that going, you can just back out to your matrix screen again. So second matrix. You're going to then have to scroll over to edit. This time we want to put this in for the second one. So either scroll down and hit enter or just hit choice 2. We're now in matrix B. So Jeremiah already said this is a 2 by 3 matrix. So hit 2 by 3. And you're going to type in all the prices. So 11.25, enter. 11.96, enter. Here's what?
11.96. Oh, never mind, I go to edit.
Oh my. 11.90. 369. 434 and 435. Okay, once you've got that, you want to quit out. So you go to your main screen. So you're going to hit second mode. That takes you to your screen where you can add, subtract, multiply, divide. So what we want to do is we want to take A and multiply it by B. So at this point, you need to recall A. So you have to go back. This is where you just go to names. I want A. I want to take matrix A. And I want to multiply that.
Got it.
Go to second matrix and recall matrix A. Hit multiply. Go back to matrix and recall matrix B. You go to the matrix screen and go under names and choose the matrix that you want. So A is under 1, B is under 2. Okay, did you hit multiply? Okay, so multiply. Go back to your matrix screen. You want to choose that second matrix now, so B. Hit enter. Okay. Are we good with recalling matrices?
Right.
Okay, we good?
Right.
Did you catch him up?
Yeah, I got it.
You good?
Yeah.
Jeremiah, you good?
I did it.
And now got it.
Got it?
Wait. History first.
Oh my goodness. If you hit enter, this should pop up on your screen. Okay, so your answer for this is 67, 32, 72, 82, and you can't see the rest of the last answer. But if you use the right arrows, there it is, 72, 55.
Right.
Hey, Miss Smith, you coming to work on the 16th?
Yes.
Dang, you fucking said no.
They are still having school. I will be here.
What if I make you sick?
You testing that day, so by all means,
You
you
test
sick.
on the 16th? On what?
No, really, it's, I think we're doing 5.3 or 15.3 at that point. We'll be into probability at that point. I can't afford to take off work unless you want to have absolutely no review days before your final.
How many more tests we got?
3. How many times do I have to spell it out? I get asked this every day by somebody. Listen, you've got 3. You've got 1 on matrices, 1 on section 15.1 through 15.3, and 1 on 15.4 through 15.6.
So we really got 4.
Wow.
Okay. They want to know what the interpretation of AT sub 1, 2 is. So, what number is in 1, 2?
72.
72.82. Okay. This is this number. What does that total tell me?
Tony's total.
Okay, this would be the price. If you would walk into Tony's restaurant and you would order 5 2-topping pizzas and 3 salads, you would walk out of Tony's paying $72.82. That's a lot of pizzas. I just paid $66 for Papa John's for my family over the weekend with everybody here for 6 pizzas.
Got $30. I don't think you got a special.
Papa John's had 2 large for $20. That's what I ordered. Okay, so just like addition and subtraction, there are certain qualifications in order for you to be able to multiply. Okay, so adding and subtracting, what was our qualifications? What did I need? The same dimensions. Okay, so in order to add or subtract, I needed to have a 3x2 plus a 3x2. And what did that result in?
3 by 2.
3x2. It didn't change. Okay, multiplication's a little bit different. Okay, in order to multiply the second number of your first matrix and the first number of your second matrix has to be the same. It doesn't matter what the outside numbers are. Those two inside numbers, when you put them side by side, have to be the same. So we've got 4 and 4. So this is a yes. I can multiply them. Your answer, though, comes out to be what these outside numbers are. So my final answer is going to be a 1 by 2 matrix when I multiply. So the middle numbers tell you yes or no. The outside numbers tell you your dimensions. So take a look at B. 1 by 3 and a 2 by 3.
No.
I need to compare these two first. Do they match?
No.
No. This is automatically a no, which means you have no dimension. Okay. C. I've got a 5 and a 5. This is a yes.
1 by 4.
And my answer is going to be a what?
1 by 4.
1 by 4. My outside numbers are a 1 and a 4. The last one.
No.
This is a no. 2 and 4 do not match. It cannot be done. Questions? Okay, what else do we need to cover here? Oh, another example. Yay. The table shows a credit union's investments in loans and bonds in Massachusetts, Nebraska, and California. Your amounts are in thousands of dollars. The current yields on these investments are 6.5% for loans and 7.2% for bonds. Use matrix multiplication to find the total earnings for each state. Show the complete matrix equation. So they've only given me my second matrix right here. You need to determine, does the matrix I need to create have to come first or come second? So take a look at this. In this matrix, my rows are loans and bonds. My columns are the states. Okay. What information are they giving me that I need to make a matrix from?
The percentage.
The percentage.
The percentages for loans
And bomb.
and bonds. Well, if loans and bonds are the rows here, they have to become the columns of my other matrix in order to multiply. So compare what you need to make a matrix of and what you have. So loans and bonds are the rows, which means loans and bonds needs to be my columns. Okay, again, these are yields. So what does 6.5% look like as a decimal?
1.065.
Fantastic.
Right.
And what does 7.2%?
1.072.
1.072. Okay, so because we just learned about dimensions, this is a what by what matrix? 1 by 2.
Right.
This is a,
2 by 3.
so can I multiply these two?
Yes.
Yes, 2 and 2. So my answer should actually come out to be a what?
1 by 3.
1 by 3.
Right.
So go ahead and plug these in. Plug this in if you want to do C and D, so you don't have to mess with A and B. That's fine. Okay, plug one in for one of your matrices, plug the other one in for the other one, and multiply. See what you come up with.
Maybe say for that.
No, I remember.
You said use 1x2.
Right. Yeah, right.
Huh? You need both of them to multiply them.
Yeah.
I'm confused, Mom. What are you
I'm
asking me?
confused too.
I don't know what you're asking me.
I'm asking you which of these two.
This is what your answer is going to look like when you get it. So you're using this one and this one. And when you get your answer, it should be 1 row and 3 columns. I want you to practice putting these in. Because it can become very complicated at points. Because you're like, wait a second, did I hit second matrix? Like, it becomes complicated. There's a lot of buttons. The more you practice putting it in, the better off you are. If you did not like the adding and subtracting by hand yesterday, you can use this all you want. I don't care. Okay, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to take you more time to plug these into the calculator and do the calculations than it is for you to just going to do it by hand. But by all means, if this is what you want to do, rock it out.
Rock it out. Got it. I'll go ahead and give you the answers.
You got it? What we get?
I got 10, 81. Yeah, that.
Okay.
13,000, or, well, 1,390.
0.52.
Yep.
Okay.
1731.
0.88.
Right.
If you're still plugging in, take your time, plug it in. Make sure your answer matches theirs. So they get 1,081.11, 1,390.52, 1,731.88. What in the world does this mean?
1.3.
That's the values after the percentages.
Okay, values of what? What in specific does this number represent?
The loans and bonds in Massachusetts.
Fantastic. Okay, these titles drop down to here. So this is Massachusetts, Nebraska, and California. Okay, this is the total amount of money you have in Nebraska and the total amount of money of loans and bonds you have in California. Okay. Final, where all they're going to do is give you this and say, interpret what this means. So you have to understand what it's doing and what answers you have and why you have them. Did you get it, Ron?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, what else do we have here? Multiply. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave this for part of your homework. Okay, so we're going to skip these ones. All you need to do then is go and plug them into your calculator for A, B, and C and do the operations that they're asking. Okay, just remember, if they want B times A, you have to make sure that you put matrix B first, matrix A second. Okay, multidimensional times a multidimensional. This is where it gets really ugly, which is why I'm not having you do this by hand. So, in order to do this, you would take each row times each column. So you would take 4 times 11.25 plus 3 times 3.69, and that would give you your top answer. You would then do 4 and 4 times these two, and it would give you the middle answer. 5 and 3 times these two, and it would give you the bottom answer. Then you'd have to shift over and do each one of them against each prices. It takes forever to do by hand, okay? We are not going to do that. So, again, you would just plug these in. I'm not going to make you do it right now. If you plug this one in, the first one here, this is a what by what? 3 by 2.
2 by 3.
And a 2 by 3.
Which means the answer would be a 3 by 3.
Which means my answer is going to be a 3 by 3.
That's a little much.
It's a little much when you actually have to do it by hand. Linear algebra. So, if you would go through and multiply these, let me give you your answer here.
So if you put it on in the calculator, 'cause all the ones we did came out as 1 row so far. So will it have it as like 2 rows?
So, here, I'll enter it in real fast so you can see it. So, if you would go ahead and enter these in, let me clear out my calculus 712. You would go to matrix and we would go over to edit and do A. And we said A is a 3 by 2. So then you would enter in 4, 3, 4, 4, it's at 5 and a 3. You would back out, do the same thing and enter in B. And this one's a 2 by 3. And we've got 1125. We've got 1196. We've got 1190. We've got 3.69. We've got 4.34. And we've got 4.35. So when you back out and you multiply, we need matrix A, and we need to multiply that by matrix B. Okay, so these are all of your numbers that go in the first row. This is your middle row, and if you scroll over, that's your last row. So notice it did come out to be a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay. Go away. Okay, so you would have gotten 5607, 5976, 6732. This one would have been 6086, 6520, and 7282. This would be $65, $65, and $72.55. Okay. I really thought about torturing you all and making you do this by hand. I need you to understand the concept more than understand how to multiply it. I need you to be able to interpret it. So, in the product matrix, BT, that means you took matrix B times matrix T. The one that is in position 1, 1. So $56.07. This number right here represents the cost of 4 pizzas and 3 salads at Vinny's. Okay, you did 4 pizzas and 3 salads and multiplied it against that row. What does BT sub 23 represent? First off, what number am I looking at if I'm at BT sub 23?
Column row 2. Yeah.
Row 2, column 3. So we're at $65. What does that represent?
That's 4. That would be.
Wait, hold up.
Think about what row you're in.
4 pizzas, 4 salads.
4 pizzas, 4 salads. I'm in row 2. So we're here. 4 pizzas, 4 salads. For which restaurant?
The last.
The last one, which was what? Sal's Pizza. Okay. So this number represents 4 pizzas and 4 salads for Sal's. The last one they want us to interpret is BT sub 32. Where am I at?
Row 3.
Row 3.
Column 2.
Column 2. So I'm at
72.8.
72.82. What does this number represent?
5 pizzas, 3 salads.
5 pizzas, 3 salads, because I'm down here. For Tony's. So this is 5 pizzas and 3 salads at Tony's restaurant. Okay. So the easy ones, we were just doing quantity and prices for one restaurant. I can blow this up and I can do it for 18 restaurants. It would be ridiculously hard. Maybe I should do a bonus and make you all do it by hand. Show me all the calculations. Okay. Questions? I'm gonna leave number 2 for you to do, as well as number 3. Oh, I know, I'm killing you. We're gonna do 4 and 5 together. And then we'll be done, and you can work on your homework. Okay, please understand that tomorrow is your benchmark. So if you do not get your homework done tonight, you can also continue to work on it after you're done with your benchmark tomorrow. I will not collect it until Thursday. Okay. Matrices? There is one matrix question.
So even if we don't
It's still full credit.
so Thursday,
Yeah.
I'm not very confident. You know how fast math can just kind of hurt your mind.
It happens. I will tell you this, there are questions on the benchmark that you do not know yet because we've not covered probability. I will not count those in your final grade for your benchmark. Okay, so the questions we have not gone over, I will not count. But I want you to try them, see what you know and what you remember from other math classes.
Will it tell us if we get it right?
Huh?
Will it tell us if we get it right? Oh, yeah, that's the.
I mean, I can print you out like a, yes, you got this one right, this one right, this one right. And we can go over it. We're gonna go over it before you actually take your test.
So,
Questions on your benchmark? 18.
18
Wow.
questions.
18.
That's easy.
No.
That would be really hard though. Every single one.
These are as close to your final exam as I can get you.
Dang, if you miss like
I
5,
took English today. I think I got scared for my
Huh?
my final.
I've never seen your final exam, so I couldn't tell you. Somewhere probably between 33 and 38 are usually on your math test. I'm not allowed to give you your final, so I never see your final. I don't know how many questions are on it or anything like that. All right. A hobby shop has 3 different locations in the north, south, and east. The store sales for July are shown in the table. Suppose that the model trains sell for $40 each. Cars for $35, planes for $80, and trucks for $45. Set up and solve a matrix multiplication to find the total sales at each location. So, what they give you is going to be one of your matrices. You need to create the other matrix to multiply. So, what information do we have to create the other matrix?
4 by 3.
The money. The money of what?
How much does stuff cost?
The stuff costs. So, where is the stuff in the matrix that they give us?
It's the rows.
It's the rows, which means when I make the other matrix, it needs to be the
Columns.
columns. So, we're talking prices for trains because trains come first. Cars have to come second. Planes have to come third. And trucks have to come last. Okay? So, what goes in for trains?
40.
40. Cars, planes,
80.
and trucks.
45.
Okay? And you would plug these into your calculator to get an answer. This first matrix is a what by what?
1 by 4.
1 by 4.
4 by 3.
This is a 4 by 3, which means my answer is going to come out to be a
1 by 3.
1 by 3. Okay, I'm also going to get you set up for B. That way you guys can just plug them in and get them, and then we'll go over them. So B says, the stores decided to sell trains for 45, cars for 40, planes for 65, and trucks for 25. Would they have made more money? So what do you need to do for B?
You're just gonna adjust the numbers.
You're just going to have to adjust the numbers for this. So once you plug this in and get the answer, just go back and edit A and change your numbers. So now we're at 45, 40, 65, and 25. And get your answer.
I like that.
Okay. So you don't need to clear anything out. Plug both of them in, one for A, one for B. Multiply them through, get your answer. Change your matrix A then. While you're doing that, here are your progress reports.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
already knew my grade.
Right, that whole class.
That's good enough
Right,
for me.
what you talking about good?
That's good enough for me.
Good enough for you?
Yeah, I got 17 days.
47 is fine.
I got the other thing, 46.
I think I got 730.
What did you?
I got 730.
Hi. Here's your progress report. Again, I know you feel like this is torture, but the more you practice plugging it in, you're not getting yours until you do some work here. What you doing? Okay. No, it's work. Where are you stuck at?
Oh, I got it.
It's not a 154. And that will drop you down. No, you're not. Dang, 103 in American history? You go, girl. You kicking tush and taking names. Brenda's got 100 in ROTC, kicking butt and taking names.
You just sitting there telling me.
She just sits there and tells everybody what to do.
Yeah, that's what I did last
Hi.
Good morning.
Marcus.
I know. I know. My grades.
Especially English.
I know.
What's going on? I don't know what to tell you.
Look at how I was already last semester. I did really good the first last quarter. I did really good.
Yeah.
I didn't know we got a grade in there.
We keep trying to reiterate this. You all think it's a joke. No, it is a grade.
I didn't really think it was very much. I didn't really think it was.
Right.
Not as good as last quarter.
Better get your crap together, boy.
Just about 8. Still about close to what I want to be.
Bro.
Look at you go. Go on. Go on. Go on.
The thing is,
Oh, you're really tough.
Yeah, well, I'm still doing better than me.
Whether you're adding or subtracting or multiplying or.
Okay.
Okay, we'll work on that. We'll work on that.
Multiply.
Dude, I straight up guessed on H man at 56. He gives you
I think
just.
it's 69.
Oh.
Bring it up to 93.
I hate that.
Zalman,
I gotta be
that was
honest.
Zalman's class.
She said she actually wants to see
It gives us some more.
Okay,
you.
one. What did you get for the first one? The first one you got, the one that's on top of your answers. 10:30. What'd you get for the middle?
790.
790.
870.
870.
Woo! And what did we get for the last one?
985.
765.
765 and 88.
Woo. Okay,
Dang.
so what does this tell me? What does 1030 tell me here?
1030 is telling you that's how much North made.
That's how much money North made selling their trains, cars, planes, and trucks if they sold that amount of quantity. So, part B says if they decided to change their prices, would they have made more money?
Only
No.
East.
No.
Only East. East was the only one that gained any money. They gained $10.
Yeah, right.
Woo! $10. Okay, so we would have been better off leaving the prices where they were.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Last one.
Oh,
The tables give you nutritional information for the menu items at a restaurant. Okay. So again, this is going to be one of your matrices. Okay. It always ends up that way. That's one of your matrices. You just need to figure out which one it needs to be. Okay. So Rosa is ordering a special fries and a shake. Max has a cheeseburger, a baked potato, and a shake. Set up an appropriate matrix multiplication for their orders and the nutritional information to find the total amount of nutritional information for their orders. So first off, what information do we need or do we have to create my second matrix?
Rosa Max.
Huh?
Rosa and Max.
Rosa and Max. Well, does that compare to Rosa and Max on the other table? No, so it's not quite Rosa and Max. What other information do we have that's going to create my matrix?
What they ordered.
What they ordered. Okay, so where do you see what they ordered in this one?
And the columns.
What they ordered is
the rows.
the rows. Okay, remember if they're down the left-hand side and create a column, it's technically the rows. So that means it needs to be the columns over here. So notice cheeseburger comes first, special comes second, baked potato comes third, French fries come fourth, and your shake comes last. Now, you just told me, you said we have Rosa and Max. Well, guess what?
Those are
Once
your
you
rows.
create these as your columns, we can now use the two people that we have to create your rows. So we're going to put Rosa on top and Max on the bottom. So now we're not just creating a row matrix. I'm creating a multi-dimensional one because I have two people on top of the items that they're ordering. So Rosa orders a special, fries, and a shake. So what do I put for cheeseburger?
0,
0. She doesn't order any. What do I put for special?
1,
Baked potato,
0,
French fry,
1.
shake. Okay. If she doesn't order it, it's a 0. Simple as that. Max has a cheeseburger, a baked potato, and a shake. So cheeseburger, shake, or I'm sorry, that's a special. Special,
0,
baked potato,
1.
French fries,
0,
shake.
1.
So here's your first matrix, and you would multiply it by that matrix.
Oh no.
I was about to say, I feel like I'm wearing binary.
Right.
Okay, let's set up the one for B before you plug this all in. That way all you have to do is go through and edit it. So now we're talking about Daryl and Jordan. Okay, your columns are going to stay the same, but now we're talking Daryl and Jordan. So what do we put for Daryl for cheeseburgers?
2.
What?
2.
0.
Daryl ordered 2 cheeseburgers. What about the special?
None.
He ordered no specials. What about baked potato?
2. Oh,
No.
1.
Whoa. Back up. Hold on. Daryl orders.
Alright,
So, 2 cheeseburgers, no specials. Does he order a baked potato?
1.
no.
No.
Oh.
Where does it say he orders a baked potato?
3. He said 3.
French fries.
1.
Shake. 1. Now we've got to fill in Jordan. Jordan orders a special cheeseburger, baked potato, and 2 shakes. So what do we put for cheeseburger?
1.
Special,
1.
baked potato, French fries,
0.
shakes, dose.
Jeez, man.
Okay? So you would multiply this times this and get your first set of answers. And then you would multiply this times this and get your second set.
Hold up.
Again, you can just go and edit matrix A before you multiply. That way you don't have to re-enter this second one again.
So we're having 2.
Okay? Yes, we're going to have 2 answers again. So this one was a 2 by 5 matrix, and this was a 5 by 3 matrix. So what's that going to make my answers?
2 by 3.
2 by 3. So go ahead and take a minute and plug those in and get those answers. We'll talk about it and we'll be done. I'm killing you.
I got more brain cells.
That just means I'm doing my job. Making your brain work.
I don't even have no brain cells.
You don't have any brain cells? That's a shame.
Why do you think English has came up?
What should make great English go with the first one?
That would probably help, Marcus. Sleep in class, get bad grade.
Oh,
Yeah, those usually go hand in hand.
No, they don't.
And all I did was sit on the phone or laptop the whole time. Yeah, I have to like 70 something. More than something like that. So I'm like, okay.
While you're all working on this, does anybody have papers, senior, anything that needs to go to guidance? Yeah. Trip down to guidance this afternoon. I'm gonna this stuff in Asia.
You know that Tic Tacs can pass for sugar free because technically anything under a gram of sugar is sugar free. And even though Tic Tacs are basically pure sugar, they're less than a gram.
You are so filled with useless information.
Huh?
Why do you know this stuff?
Trevor in my second block does the same thing.
Trevor who?
So,
I don't know. Well, why you ask if you don't know? The same reason you asked, do you have something? You're like, nah, I ain't got it. Oh, no.
Bree's also full of useless information.
Oh, what you tell you?
Nothing. You should have heard her and Mr. Estrada talk about this random useless information that they got.
What was it?
They just think weird.
Hey man, there's no such thing as useless knowledge.
Question, Mr. Address.
There really is such thing as useless knowledge.
Take Mr. Address class and you know what I'm talking about.
I've taken marketing.
This is stuff. You turn this area. You won't even know.
I know, it's a thing in your class already. Literally everything.
It's not a useless thing, you know?
Right.
And there's no point in me doing the work if I know the answers already. Right.
Okay, so don't say her class is useless. It's useless to you because you already
No,
know.
because I mean, I know how to write checks.
But
I know that.
there are people that do not know how to write checks and do that kind of stuff. And
I had no idea.
honestly, that is the most practical math that you will ever use in your life.
Yeah, that's why that's the first thing I learned.
I taught a class when I did my student teaching. It was called consumer math, and that's what we did. I taught them how to write checks, balance a checkbook. We pulled out loans for cars. We bought a house and paid off the house. We invested money in the stock market to see what it would do.
See, I wanna do this.
Oh, we did that in college in my Excel class. That
I
was
wanna know how
great.
that actually works.
If I would have actually invested, I would have gained big time. I was so mad by the end of that class because I would have literally had like $43,000.
Were they real investments or like were
No,
they?
like we used the actual stock market. He said, pick out, these, you've got this amount of money to invest, pick where you wanna put it, separate it up, and we calculated it every day, how much we gained, how much we lost.
Teach me how to do that?
Yeah, I can teach you how to do that.
See, that's
Because I
what,
wanna do that, because I know, I feel like taking lessons in soccer.
that's what Jordan
I
does
don't,
for
like,
me.
the only thing about soccer is I don't know
He's gonna have.
I'm actually thinking about tying some kind of project for the street with that when we do the compounded monthly, compounded daily.
Oh, no.
That's
Alright.
I mean, I wouldn't mind investing in stocks, but I don't know. if-
So, have we gotten values for the first one?
Yes.
What'd we get?
1270.
You going across or down?
Cross.
Okay.
100.
100.
40.
Are you bidding?
107.
What'd we get for the last one?
1600.
132.
132.
150. Green team. 2,320.
Okay,
77.
fantastic. Okay, so what in the world does this mean? So if I circle this number, what does this number mean?
That's the fat in what's that person's name? Max's name.
Okay, so it's in the second row, which represented max.
Oh, max.
And it's in the second column, which was your fat content. Okay, so this now goes Rosa, max, and it's calories, fat, cholesterol. Okay, your 2 represented the 2 people, and your 3 represented your calories, fat, and cholesterol. So this is how much fat is in the food that Max has ordered. Okay, what does 1600 represent?
How many calories were in Rose's meal?
Calories for Daryl, because we're in the second part.
I was
Okay,
looking at mine.
if it would have been the first part, it would have been Rosa. Okay. Everybody understand and can interpret what these amounts mean. Not only do you have to be able to plug them in and get them, you have to be able to interpret what they mean.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We are done. Please go back and work on your homework problems.
Or they